get ready, gather around the campfire, because this is the tale of my friend, the zombie. So let me ask you a question, Dallas.
Okay.
Have you ever been to an arcade before?
Absolutely.
Yeah? When you go to an arcade, what are some of the games that you usually see at the arcade? What types of games?
You got like your usual Pac-Man. You got your Simpson one. That's probably my favorite.
Simpson, very specific, but yeah.
Oh yeah, these are I know what games I like, and I go to. You also got your typical throwing the ball in the hole one.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called, because I don't really play it. You got the basketballs. You got shooter games. You got You got DDR.
Yeah.
Dance Dance Revolution.
I wanna take your eyes off of these pretty games. I wanna take you to the back corner. Let's go to the back corner, Dallas. Let's look at what we have in this kind of archaic arcade cabinet. And you look at this arcade cabinet, and what you see written on the side is Sega, and then under that, I believe it's Sega, and then under that, House of the Dead. House of the Dead. And I was scared of House of the Dead. I was young. There was this scene that just, like, I don't know, it terrified me. It stayed in my mind. And it's this zombie, this blue-looking zombie with, like, this tattered shirt on, and he's walking through, like, a parking lot. And all of a sudden, and he has 2 hatchets in his hands. Bloody hatchets, I think. Anyhow, he's walking down, and then all of a sudden, because, like, in the game you have to shoot the zombies, you have to usually aim your gun or whatever. In the demo, it showed him getting just blown to smithereens, and his head just, like, blood goes everywhere, and he just kind of flops to the ground. His hatchets are there, and that just terrified me. The idea of a zombie not only being there to kill you, but actually, like, having hatchets and coming out for you, and then his head just, like, getting blown off, freaked me out, dude. So, fast forward to me at home in my bed, alone, with the lights off, with a little stuffed rabbit in between my arms. I can't get that image of that zombie's head getting blown off out of my head. And so, I dreamed the strangest dream. I wake up in the dream. I'm still in the dream. Nothing inherently creepy about just walking around in the daytime in your PJs, but I had this feeling in my heart in the dream where I knew that zombie was coming for me. I was like, oh shoot, I know he's coming. He always comes. And so first thing I do is I start walking around the house, like freaking out. There's like a timer in my head. I know he's coming. I know he's just gonna walk in and he's just gonna kill me. And I plant my face in the pillows on my couch, and I hear him enter the door. The zombie from House of the Dead. He comes up the steps very slowly, and then I feel a hatchet slam in my back, and then I wake up. I got killed by the zombie. I was always freaked out. That dream, that was one of those reoccurring dreams that just never stopped. And eventually it just became monotonous. I was like, oh man, the zombie's coming today. So I wait for the zombie. And I'm facing the door. I don't have my head buried in the pillows. Here comes the zombie. He looks at me, and he doesn't kill me. And I wake up. I'm like, hey, guess what, Mom? I made friends with the zombie. So I go back to sleep. Different dream. I overcame the reoccurring dream. Only problem was this was still a scary dream. So I can't remember what all the context was, but I remember something was happening, some impending doom, and I wanted to escape. So I just thought of the zombie. I just was like, I know what can get me out of this dream. The zombie. If he throws the hatchet in my back, then I have all the power. I can escape. So instead of doing like anything that seems logical, I just screamed out at the top of my lungs, "Kill me!" And all of a sudden, the zombie comes out of nowhere and kills me, and I wake up. And I'm like, this is awesome. So then, the next dream I have, he's evolved. He doesn't just have a hatchet, he has a massive sword now. And he's evolved into like this giant like red monster thing. And I can call on him anytime I need him. And so, here's the one dream that I can recall specifically unfortunately, this was the last dream that this saint of a man ever came to help me. I wake up, I was at my house, I walk outside, I'm like, where's my family at? I walk out into the street, and behind the street, I usually, like, there's this cornfield behind my house, and there's all these weeds kind of obscuring the cornfield, and so I start to, like, peer, like, I'm pushing through the brush, I'm traveling, and there's this beautiful beach, and I go onto the beach, and my family's there, we have, like, a little umbrella set up, you know, little drinks all around, and my little sister, who's only, like, 3 years old, is out there swimming in the ocean, and I'm like, oh, cool. And so, as she's swimming, I suddenly hear the Jaws theme. I'm like, oh no, I know what that means. That means my little sister's gonna die. So I'm like, I can't deal with this. I can't watch my little sister die. This is terrible. Why would I ever want to feel this pain? So instead of going to save my... Sorry, go ahead. Did you have something?
How do you know that your sister's gonna die just because you heard the Jaw themes?
Dude, if you heard the Jaws theme and you were at a beach and there was one person in the ocean, what would you think is going to happen?
All right, fair point.
Just in my dream, it made sense.
Where's the zombie at? Don't you control the zombie?
I do. So here's what I did. This was ingenious. Instead of dealing with my sister getting eaten by Jaws, instead of having to deal with that pain for the rest of the dream, which in the dream almost felt like reality, I was like, no, I got a better idea. I'm just going to let her die. But I'm going to die first. So I ran, and I pushed through the weeds, and I ran onto my street, on my street corner, and I just scream at the top of my lungs again, kill me! And all of a sudden, this red, the zombie dude comes out with a big old sword, because remember, he's evolved. And he comes out, and he just slashes me viciously. And I'm just like, dude, bring it on. I'm ready to wake up. My sister's gonna die, and I'm not gonna stick around to see it. And so the zombie slashes me in half. I die. I wake up. I'm just like, that was the coolest thing on earth. But the zombie never reappeared. And I think it's because I let my little sister die. And that's the tale of my friend the zombie.
You're a horrible person.
Dude.
That you know what that tells us about you?
Yeah, I want to know.
Like, you don't care about anybody. You care about yourself.
No, dude, I care about the zombie.
You let your sister die.
No, dude.
You let your sister die.
Dude, you know how dreams are.
You should have called your zombie to kill the shark.
Dude, I didn't think about that. For some reason, there was still some sort of reality in my dream where I'm like, a zombie couldn't go in the ocean and kill a shark despite everything else that the zombie has apparently been able to do.
He's evolved. He can do whatever the heck he wants now.